13,796 for the top. We're currently at 9,200 feet here. Here's information on the various arrays that are on top of the mountain. So yeah, I got my bunny tail microphone synced up so it'll cut the wind. It is blowing a little bit up here. It's currently about 56 degrees here at the visitor station at 9,000 feet of elevation. We were about 73 degrees at about 50 feet of elevation down in Hilo. And you're looking up at towards the summit of Mauna Kea. Not Mauna Loa, which is behind me, but Mauna Kea, which is out in front of me here, east of me. And if you could see the top, and there's a road to the top, but they've got all the observatories and stuff up there. You can look that stuff up online. There's a nice zigzaggy road going the last 4,000 feet to the top. The air is definitely thinner. You can feel it. Took about a 30-foot uphill walk from the elevation change, about 30 feet from the parking lot to the visitor center. And yeah, you could feel it. Kind of above the clouds over here. Just there's high above us, but there's clouds below us, and you can make out that faint line that'll come more into play as we get between these two knobs over there. That's Mauna Loa on the other side. And she's also around 12, 13, 14, something like that. Thousands of feet high. Pretty cool. Lots of hiking trails up here. Lots of warning signs about altitude sickness. In fact, you have to check in from here up. You have to use four-wheel drive to get to the summit. I know the observatory, all the different arrays up there is kind of controversial for the native Pacific Islanders from here because it's a sacred place, the top of this mountain. So I don't know, maybe we'll get them all into space someday and can take them off the top. Who knows? And I'll see if I can get some video going downhill. This is the forecast for the summit, which is 13,433 feet. As you may have seen, I'm up over 9,000 feet now, and yes, you can feel the oxygen difference. But notice 2 p.m. temperature at the summit, 47.3 degrees. And 8 o'clock tonight, it'll be 37.4 at the summit. And I'll have some mountain pictures here in a bit. And oh, by the way, my chariot on the Big Island is this Jeep. It's always best to kind of rent Jeeps. And a mountain behind. If I was in better shape, or if I had a bottle of supplemental oxygen, I'd consider the drive to the top, because it's mandatory to have four-wheel drive to get up there. I'm going to see if I can mount this camera in the car and head on down and see if we see any more of the local wildlife. Yay. And I'd probably get copyright restricted if I put any music on. We're headed, as the sign says, down the mountain. Coming down Mauna Kea with Mauna Loa out in front of us.
On 90.3 FM, The Effect Radio Network.
Speed limit is 30. Do share concerns about riding the brakes the whole way down. As that truck sign said, I should switch to low gear here. Keep your eye out for, I haven't seen any this high up, and they do have some of the crossings, but there is cattle on the lower parts. Nice look at coming down. There's definitely goats. There's goats up here. Livestock of that nature is not native to the islands. Most of it is pigs, things of that, and other thousands of years ago with the first people to sail this way. Most likely edit some of the ride out here because of the length. Then maybe post a full length. Yeah, so right here, next 4 miles, moose, cattles. Nice cinder cone out in front of us, right next to it, old cones. This mountain, this whole island is littered with these cones. Get a good look. Ears are popping, as they should. Popping on the way up, popping on the way down. Working down to Saddle Road, which is one of the few, basically like 3 roads that go from the east side to the west side of the island. Saddle goes down the middle, goes between the 2 big volcanoes here. You climb up pretty high on that as well. The mountains form a saddle, hence Saddle Road. And you can take a North Shore road around or a South Shore road around. It is called the Big Island. People get surprised. Let's take a lap around the island. And 10 hours, 12 hours later or something, we're back home. It's like, good Lord. A lot of it, the speed limits. There's more 55 mile an hour and 60 on this island than most, but you generally are in the 30 to 45 mile range, miles per hour range there with the speed limits. Especially when I'm over on Kauai. I've got another beast like this rented for Kauai. When I'm on Honolulu, Waikiki, I'm just got some shuttles booked to and from the airport, but the rest of that's going to be tour bus stuff and just taxi, Uber, Lyft, or walking, because you're in a major city there. So real simple. You see kind of color changes on Mauna Loa on the other side there. It's still an active volcano. In fact, it was been erupted within the last couple of years. It was having lava come down. So you have different lava flows over the centuries. And areas that haven't been touched in a while, they green up. Nature finds its way and stuff starts growing in the volcanic rock. Pretty much as soon as it's cool enough for something to grow on it. So you'll see darker areas. Some areas are a little more lush. It's been thousands of years since Mauna Kea behind me here that I'm coming down has erupted, which is why you'll see all the cones are pretty much green unless there's a little erosion, and we got some larger trees growing on it. Once I get down to Saddle Road, I'm going to cut over to the west side of the island for a little bit, take a look around over there. Today is just drive around day. It is Wednesday the 6th of May. Don't see my goats. Where are my goats? Coming up, I had goats on the road. I had to slow down. Sheila would have loved it because there were baby goats too. Goats or sheep. I'm pretty sure they were a breed of goat. Back down to Saddle Road. When Mauna Kea goes off here, lava flows all the way down and across Saddle Road, and when it's all stopped, they come in and dig it open. At times it's been relocated a little bit. There's some patches here to the right in particular. You might be able to see traffic on the road there, but see black on either side of it. Surrounded by some green. It flows downhill. Yeah, you have 5 volcanoes that made this island. The 2 to the east of Saddle Road, it's been thousands of years since they've erupted, and the ones to the west are erupting or have fairly recently. Yay, made it down without the camera falling off. Kind of got it. One of those spider-like tripods with all the 3 bendy legs. I've got it kind of wrapped around the hand grip there to make it sit. See, they have all these wonderful trails here. Go across Saddle. Traffic is stopped going west there for some reason. Could be critters. But I'll swing around here, so when I start getting Mauna Kea nicely in frame there. Swing it back. See what I'm talking about? There's not much vegetation in the black here on the right and the black here around the left. I think the traffic will back up as people stop on the side of the road and take pictures. I don't blame them.
Ellison Onizuka Kona International Airport.
Start.
Continue for 23 miles.
Just so I have an idea. Coming down the hill. Some navigation. And ease out of that newer lava field, but you can kind of see greenage on top of old lava field. And all these old cones, all these bumps were spewing lava out at one point. That's what formed them. Can't see the top from this angle. Mauna Kea. Kind of too close up to it. I get back towards Hilo, and if weather permits, I'll take a shot back to the west. Or as I get down to the Kona coast here, over here, I believe that's what they call it. The west coast. Take a shot back east. About the Hawaiian Islands is the trade winds, the prevailing winds run from northeast to southwest. So that moist air hits the islands and gets pushed up the mountains and squeezes all the moisture out and rains. So the north and east side of the islands are usually very green, and the south and west sides are a little more on the brown side, a little drier. So believe it or not, at this top of the saddle here, there's an army installation up here.